Hey guys, Matt the Greeter. Where are we going? We're going nowhere fast today, apparently. Yeah, I want to just rediscuss what I talked about this morning, because I feel like I had a little bit of a dark tone, and I wasn't necessarily trying to be dark. So here we go. This is a beautiful autumn morning, part 2. It's not an autumn morning anymore. Not even autumn yet, not for a few days. So I woke to, typical typical news from my area. We had a nice shooting a couple streets over last night. Got to the end of my street, and then this guy that occasionally I will say medicates and then passes out in various states in his car was chin to the sky, engine running, lights on, hopefully in park. Passed him a couple of weeks ago. He managed to have the door open and 1 foot on the ground, but that's as far as he could get before his medication kicked in. And he's on a blind corner, so people come dipping around, get your leg taken off that way. Gotta stay awake, man. A lot of people trying to avoid life, avoid reality. But then there's the harvest moon. So maybe people got a little bit of that full moon fever. The full moon is tonight, and here in New England the moon was so bright, the harvest moon, that in the old times you could harvest your crops to the light of the moon if you had a clear night. And I gotta say, most years we have a beautiful clear night, and it's quite a moon. And you can, we're inundated with street lights and buildings and all kinds of, the traffic never stops, so we don't really get to appreciate it as much here. But if you can get away and get out to where there isn't so much light pollution, you can play a game of basketball to the light of the harvest moon. And that's the kind of reality, instead of maybe medicating, instead of, what's up, dude? Nice paint job on that one. Instead of shooting each other, I live in drug country, so. But instead of doing that stuff, play a game of basketball to the light of the harvest moon. That's great. That's beautiful. Why not? Harvest Moon is a song. So, okay, Neil Young wrote Harvest Moon, and if you've heard it, you probably pull a Bruce Springsteen. Like when I was on that row of hearing songs and saying, yeah, who is that? Rage Against the Machine. I want to see who wrote that song, that cover song. Bruce Springsteen, and then Patty Griffin. I got that song "Stolen Car" in my head for a long time, and I learned it and started playing it. I wanted to see who played on the record, but and I discovered that it was written by Bruce Springsteen. So Neil Young is very similar. So there's a lot of people know "Keep on Rockin' in the Free World." You don't hear that on the radio too much these days, but it's a very popular song back in the day. And Ohio, very iconic Neil Young songs. Then there's Harvest Moon, and I would say oft covered but never duplicated, although that's not entirely true. There's a very nice version of Harvest Moon on the internet. You can find it. Maybe I'll post a link by Fossils and Foxes. I don't know where they're from, but they're kind of like a... Well, I just watched the video. So the girl that sings lead, you know, partway through does one of those beautiful cascading vocal sort of harmonies, or she's probably, you know, whoever she's singing with is probably adding the harmonies, but you know, you're kind of watching her sing the song, and those cascading harmonies come in, and it's really, really nice. Of course, I knew it was a Neil Young song, but maybe I shouldn't have spoiled it. If you listen to that song, I think 9 people out of 10 would not know that that was a Neil Young song. And if you listen to Neil Young, it's a pretty gentle version. Like that's it. He wrote a beautiful song. He wasn't just you know, writing, you know, observatory songs of political climate, or you know, you just accounts of the Kent State shooting. Like, he was also writing beautiful songs about a harvest moon. And why not? I think it's beautiful. Anyway, I got a little drive tonight, so I still can't take the bike because of my rattling headlight. So, but I do have the JB Weld. I actually have it in my backpack right now. So probably in a couple of days, I'm gonna try to JB Weld my headlight housing and see if that makes a difference, because I peeled all the Gorilla Glue out, and now my headlight is it's like a Pink Floyd show. So I can't ride around like that at night. I will give somebody a you know, a physical issue. It's bad. I mean, it's yeah, almost be better off riding with no headlight at night. That's how bad it is. So we'll get that taken care of. Actually, of all the nights to do that, tonight might be the night. I could ride home. If I lived in the country, I might consider riding home by the harvest moon. Anyway, guys, I'm Matt the Greeter. Been a great pleasure riding with you today, and I'll check in with you real soon, okay? Be good to each other. Yeah, be good to yourself first. As soon as I make this turn, I will sign off. Maybe you would have preferred my dark account from this morning. I don't know. Well, that's up in the air. But this is probably the one you'll see. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. I'll catch you real soon. Bye, guys.